Xiu is one of Singapore's brightest sporting stars. She's a 3-time Paralympic gold medalist and holds 2 world records in the 50 meters and 100-meter backstroke S2 events. But because of social distancing measures, she hasn't been able to train in the swimming pool. And now she's eager to make up for lost time.
Especially having stopped for the past 2 months, getting back into the water, and also partly because of my disability, I'm a lot further back than I was. So we are really working on a lot more volume, and it's really crucial this period to not get injured so that we can continue training all the way until the Paralympics next year.
Xiu's coach Mark Che runs a private swim school in Singapore. He says it's not just high-level athletes. He's also seen a slowdown in swimming lessons for children, which generate the majority of the school's revenues. Classes have been reduced to just 5 students to 1 coach, and not everyone is keen to dive back in just yet.
We've had 100% returns for the competitive development youth programs. But for the Learn to Swim, we're talking about maybe 25% of the parents decided to monitor the situation first before returning. For sports and fitness, if you don't have activities, you can't generate revenue. Even with the strictest measures, we're just happy to open.
Singapore is also losing out on mass sporting events. The now cancelled F1 Singapore Grand Prix alone means the loss of roughly $150 million in tourism receipts for the island.
Up to 40% of attendees to Singapore's annual flagship sporting activities come from overseas. And studies have shown that many people will be reluctant to return to group sporting activities over the next few months. It is not just tickets and merchandise sales that will be affected, but also hotels, luxury goods, and other parts of the leisure sector, which provide jobs for tens of thousands of locals.
Singapore's National Sports Associations, or NSAs, are responsible for grooming the country's high-performance athletes. They rely on government funding and corporate sponsorships, both of which are now in jeopardy because of the pandemic.
Roughly $2 million or so a year is given to NSAs in sponsorships every year. So how are you engaging with those sponsors when those sponsors are corporates that now themselves are facing financial difficulties? And of course, for the government, and there may be some pressure to see more money spent on COVID response, on the economy. So for the next 18 months, it could be a very challenging time for the NSAs in Singapore.
Xiu recently spoke out in Singapore's parliament, calling for more support for the sports industry. But a top priority is winning medals for Team Singapore and defending her world records in Tokyo next year. Huang, TRT World, Singapore.